Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A ceremony was held at the Luzerne County Courthouse on Tuesday evening to recognize 3 county employees that have served the county for over 40 years. We spoke with Luzerne County Manager Romilda Crocomo, who told us a little bit about the 3 employees recognized.
We have Nancy Pillitz, who is here 41 years, works for domestic relations, and then we have Linda Casey, who has been here 40 years and works for the Area Agency on Aging, and then we have Robert Hetro, who was also here 40 years and works at the correctional facility. They come in, day out. They do their jobs very well, and everybody in Luzerne County should feel very grateful that these 3 individuals have committed their lives for the people of Luzerne County.
We also spoke with one of the recognized employees, Robert Hetro, who has worked at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility since August of 1983.
I feel kind of like honored and humbled at the same time. It's a job that I enjoy doing, that I've done for 40 years, and for the most part, I still like to work.
Hetro said that he began working at the correctional facility shortly after leaving the police force and has never looked back.
I was always into the law enforcement, and it was just a natural step to go into the county prison to see what it was all about, and I started it out, and I stuck with it for 40 years.
The ceremony took place at 4 p.m. in the courthouse rotunda. 2 people are facing charges after attempting to flee from police in Lehighton. According to police, officers first arrived at a home in Lehighton on October 11th to serve a warrant on Wendy Neller for failing to appear in court. However, when police arrived at the scene, officers say Neller and Thomas Schaub jumped into a car and fled, nearly hitting 2 deputies and multiple pedestrians. A few days later, on October 19th, officers say they discovered where Schaub and Neller were staying and had to execute a search warrant to forcibly enter the house. Schaub was immediately taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault, fleeing officers, hindering the apprehension of a fugitive, and other related charges. After a search of the house, Neller was found on the 2nd floor and also taken into custody. Bridge closure signs have returned to Sleepy Hollow Bridge in Drums after being removed from the area briefly. Officials say the bridge was marked as closed on Friday after a routine county inspection determined that the bridge was unsafe. According to officials, a project is planned for 2024 to relocate the utility gas line under the bridge and replace the bridge's steel and wooden design with concrete. Officials say they hope to also widen the bridge to accommodate 2 lanes instead of 1. A well-known figure in the local sports community has passed away. Frank D'Angelo, a longtime PIAA referee and teacher, passed away on Tuesday in Allentown after a battle with pancreatic cancer. We spoke with a friend of D'Angelo's, Fillmore Williams, who remembered his friend and all of the good he did in the community.
If you knew Frank, he will be missed by all. Anybody who knew him, he will be missed. You know, he just did a lot for a lot of people, and he will be missed by all that came in contact with him and learned anything from him or anybody he mentored in officiating or in school with colleagues that he had helped over the years. He was just a great man.
A viewing for D'Angelo will be held at Bachman Kulik and Rhinesmith Funeral Home in Allentown on the evening of October 29th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Berwick Middle School had an unexpected visitor on Wednesday. According to officials, a deer crashed through the window of a 6th grade classroom around 9:30 a.m. and then proceeded to run through a hallway before being removed by wildlife officials. School officials say that the classroom was empty at the time of the incident and that no injuries were reported. The deer was extracted from the building by a game warden, but it is unknown at this time whether the deer was tranquilized or killed. Wilkes-Barre Township Police are investigating a hit-and-run crash that occurred Tuesday evening. Police are attempting to locate the Hyundai shown on screen that they believe was involved in the incident. According to police, the Hyundai may have had an exhaust issue causing it to sound louder. The vehicle also had damage to the front hood near the Hyundai emblem and decals on the top of the windshield and on the passenger rear door. Police report that the vehicle had tinted windows and missing hubcaps as well. Anyone with information regarding the location of the vehicle is asked to contact police at 570-208-4635, extension 432. Coming up on WYLN News, the Hazelton Trail of Treats is right around the corner. Plus, Lehigh Valley Hospital Carbon announces an upcoming flu shot clinic. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Kylie, and tomorrow is going to be partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Hazelton Trail of Treats is right around the corner, where kids will be able to dress up in their costumes and gather up candy from several different stations on the trail. We talked with the director of Hazelton Parks and Recreation, Ali McKittrick, about the event.
So this event is our annual Trail of Treats, and it's just a really exciting event for a lot of different reasons. The community comes together on both sides, so we have sponsors, and then we have people in the community that will come out and set up their own tables to give candy to the kids, and then the community itself comes out. So we have about 800 kids and all of their families. So it's a really, really huge event. And basically the kids just get in line and they go from table to table and they're all dressed up, and it's just really cute. It's a really, really fun time, and it goes fast.
Several local organizations, including WYLN, will be handing out treats to the kids on the trail. McKittrick also told us about the special ending to the trail and what you should know if you are planning to attend.
A lot of people like to show up early because it does turn into a pretty long line. The line moves fast, but people like to be there in the beginning to make sure that they get treats. Sometimes towards the end, people might run out, depending on, it just depends on how many people show up. So, and we have this year we have an end of the trail bonanza, I'm calling it. And so we're gonna serve hot dogs, we'll have face painting, and it's gonna be right next to the new inclusive playground that kids can play at.
Kids and families who plan on attending the event can expect a lot more treats from the trail this Sunday than previous years.
Well, this year we have almost double from last year. So there's, I would say, almost 50 booths this year. Last year we had 27. So it's really, really grown. And I'm just excited for the new people. There's some new booths that are there that haven't been there before. So that's going to be fun.
And we couldn't leave without asking McKittrick about her favorite part of the event.
I mean, my personal favorite is always the costumes with the kids, because you just never know. You never know what people are going to dress up as, and a lot of times they'll have either funny costumes or just interesting or cute, and so that's definitely my favorite part. And just seeing the kids' faces, they get so happy and so thankful. The families are happy, and so it's going to be a fun time.
The Trail of Treats will take place at City View Park on Sunday, October 29th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Lehigh Valley Hospital Carbon will be holding a free flu shot clinic on Saturday, October 28th. The clinic is open to the community and walk-ins are welcome. The clinic will take place at the Health Center at Carbon entrance, located at 2226 Blakesley Boulevard Drive East in Lehighton. The seasonal flu vaccine is available for anyone aged 6 months and older, but supplies are limited. A high-dose vaccine is also available for those aged 65 and older. No registration is necessary, but vaccines will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. 7 Pennsylvania State Police personnel were recognized recently with Governor's Awards for excellence. Among those recognized were 3 Pennsylvania State Troopers assigned to Troop N in Bloomsburg. Trooper Brent Beaver, Trooper Joseph Burke, and Trooper Thomas Butch of Troop N in Bloomsburg were recognized for putting themselves in harm's way to stop an active shooter in November. The other 4 personnel recognized were members of the Criminal Investigation Assessment Unit, which pursues the resolution of unsolved homicide, missing persons, and violent crime investigations. The Governor's Awards for Excellence recognize employees throughout the Commonwealth for exemplary job performance or service that reflects initiative, leadership, and innovation. Coming up on Benton's News Choice, Ryan Prosick is back on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, we learn about the dangers of carbon monoxide on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Maylath Farm, located in the Sugarloaf Valley, devoted to agriculture and the environment. Maylath Farm is open 7 days a week. Visit the Maylath Farm store where they feature a variety of homegrown and homemade products. You'll find all of your fall favorites, apples, mums, and pumpkins, and a variety of fruit pies and baked goods. For the meat lover, you choose from a variety of farm fresh cuts from the butcher, steak, roast, ground beef, and more. Maylath beef is raised right on their farm. No steroids, no growth hormones, grass-fed, grain-finished. Maylath Farm, 608 Rockland Road in Sugarloaf. On the web at maylathfarm.com. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier, for over 50 years providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls, F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR, visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com, or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
The 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon will be broadcast live on WYLN TV 35 from the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts in downtown Hazleton. Watch it live on TV from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. or come down and join us in person Saturday, November 18th. There will be tricky trays, bake sales, live entertainment, and more. Year 45, together we strive, and so many more can survive.
Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of Let's Talk Sports, and what do I say at this point? I truly don't know, but the Diamondbacks got the victory 4-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies, and if you hear my voice being a little shaky, it's because I was at the game last night yelling with everybody else, trying to get the Phillies to will them to victory. Obviously, it did not work, and I don't know where to start in this scenario because I didn't think this would be a possibility. I thought 3-2 going in the bank. I thought they were going to take at least one of them. They took absolutely zero, and I honestly am just mystified where to start. But we're going to start with the bats, and they just didn't show up in these last couple of games. Harper, Turner, and Schwarber were 1 of 11 last night, and it was only because of Schwarber getting that one double. Harper and Turner were combined 0 for 8. You're paying those guys a combined $600 million, and they just did not come through in the slightest, and it's been like that since about Game 2, Game 3. That's where the season, or not the season, well, the season really changed, but the series also really changed, and that's what they said in the post-game interviews. And speaking of the bats, Nick Castellanos, he was the best player for us against the Braves and probably the worst, or second worst, against the Diamondbacks. I'll get into the worst in a little bit because that is a whole other manager discussion, but Nick Castellanos has been the streakiest hitter in baseball, but it was usually month to month during the regular season where we have a high OPS and a low OPS, but now it's series to series, and he just did not show up at all when it mattered the most in the Phillies lineup. I got the feeling once we stranded Schwarber on second that this was going to be a long, long night. I do have to congratulate the Diamondbacks, though. They outplayed the Phillies, they outcoached them, and that's what I want to get into here. I want to get into a big topic of being outcoached. I feel like Rob Thompson absolutely just got outcoached in every facet of the game. I mean, sure, they didn't have a good backup hitter off the bench to sub in for Rojas in that bases loaded scenario, but come on, you gotta do it. You just have to. Rojas is basically, I don't want to say a free out, but it felt like a free out with his batting average being under .07. Not like, it's very low. He's great in the field. I've mentioned that before, but it's just one of those things where it was the biggest spot in the game, and Rob Thompson just said, hey, I'm going to let him go up there and take a couple swings. And it's just, you can't do that. It's unacceptable. And then the lineup. Where do I start with the lineup? Bohm was struggling. He had a big home run. He showed out last night. None of this is on him for this loss. And Bryson Stott showed out as well. But the rest of the lineup, I'll give Marsh credit as well. But everyone else, it just felt like a dud. Rob Thompson did absolutely nothing to change the lineup at all. He kept the same lineup throughout the postseason. I'm sure the players like that, but you're now at home on the couch after Game 7. Sure, it was a great season, but you refused to make any changes, and he doubled down on it in the post-game interviews with the Rojas thing, saying he'd have to sub in 2 batters. And, of course, Jake Cave and Christian Pache are not the best batters on the earth either, but Christian Pache gave you a good AB later in the game, drawing that walk. So you never know what could have happened. You could play the could-have, should-have, would-have game all week long because this is going to hurt for a long time. And it's just one of those things where you're out-coached, outplayed, and the Phillies just started swinging at everything. And all of their losses, they had 10-plus strikeouts. The team lived by the home run and died by the home run, and here we are. And speaking of Philly, Rob, we could have got this series closed out sooner. Craig Kimbrell I can't even say his name right because I'm just disgusted at this rate, because games 3 and 4 felt like it's just a turning point. Game 4, especially with Kimbrel giving up 3 runs in game 4 late in the game and just absolutely shifting the momentum. We had a nice big lead and he just couldn't, get the job done. And obviously the fans have turned on him, and I'm disgusted. That's all I could say. There's not much more than that. It's tough, but this might have been a couple of last games at the bank. Nola, Hoskins, who didn't get to play this postseason. So it'll be sad to see them go as they came up in the Philly system. But this loss, like I said, is going to sting for a while. The coaching, pitching, hitting, it's disappointing when your big bats get paid all this money and they just disappear all at the same time. Like 1 for 11 with the top 3, 0 for 21 with Nick Castellanos since game 1 or game 2. It's like, I don't know what to say. At least I'm honestly puzzled. I think this is the first time in the history of my tenure on Let's Talk Sports that I've been truly puzzled as what to say. I've been thinking about it all day, and I'm disgusted. I don't know what else to say, but looking forward to next year. Aaron Nola will probably be back, and we'll probably run the same team back, but championship windows are so short, and to lose to a team like the Diamondbacks, which is what I said, it's not like we lost to the Braves and Ronald Acuna went absolutely crazy, or the Dodgers or Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. It was the Diamondbacks. They're good. I'm not discrediting them, but an 84-win team in the regular season, it's just, like I said, it's going to sting for a long time. But we're probably going to talk about this a little more tomorrow, and I still have some NFL games to get to, but this is a more pressing topic as it just happened last night. But we'll talk about the Eagles' big win and the 49ers' big loss tomorrow on Let's Talk Sports with a Thursday Night Football preview. We'll see you then.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I am here with our wonderful emergency medicine physician, Dr. Kira Weaver, and she's also the medical director for our Lehigh Valley Hospital's emergency department. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday too. We are here to talk about the temperatures have gone down, people starting to turn on the heat, and it is so important we get this message out again and again. It's carbon monoxide, and it's a silent killer, isn't it, Doctor?
Right. Odorless, colorless glass. You will not see it, you will not smell it.
So let's educate our community on what to prepare for, what to do so it doesn't happen to them.
Okay, so one of the first things we definitely would want to do is make sure that, if
in your home you have a carbon monoxide detector. Okay, so definitely want to make sure that you're separate than a fire detector for smoke detector, but you want to have a carbon monoxide detector, especially with starting to use if your furnaces, your different heats like oil, gas, certain space heaters people are using. You definitely want to make sure you have that because of the fact that you can get very symptomatic from this, and it can have a lot of consequences on different organ systems.
So when you're saying a carbon, even those who have them should make sure they're checking them, they're working. I know myself, I have a plug-in one that's automatically plugged in, not battery operated. I know they do give you kind of a signal if they are running low on power or something like that. So what happens when someone does have carbon monoxide poisoning? Like what happens to their body and how serious can it get?
So it basically can affect 3 organ systems, but they're really important ones, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So your central nervous system, so your brain, and then also your heart, and then your lungs. So mild symptoms may appear, you may have a headache. And so one of the big triggers that might be a key if you live in a house with other people is maybe everyone feels a little bit sick, okay? Or if your pet gets sick on top of it too, because even your pets are more sensitive to lower levels of carbon monoxide than people. So there might be key that everyone's not feeling well, and then the dog threw up. So that might be something that you may pick up on. So you can have very mild symptoms like that, but it can progress and become a lot more dangerous when you start having more significant neuro effects. So you can actually have seizure activity. You can become unresponsive. It can have effects on the heart, cause heart arrhythmias. It can cause trouble breathing, and so, and ultimately, if you don't remove yourself from the environment, you can, have death. And so, last year, we saw a lot of cases here of carbon monoxide poisoning that were significant enough that we had to transfer out of our hospital, and they had to get treated at specialized centers where they have hyperbaric oxygen chambers to help, get that carbon monoxide off of out of the blood pretty much to help those patients out.
So you're feeling this way, like you said, there's little triggers, not entire symptoms, but if a whole family is feeling the same way in a pet. The first step they should do, should they seek medical attention or, exit the environment and stuff, but should they get checked right away or just see if the symptoms and have somebody from maybe the fire department or somewhere come and look at the apparatus? What's the next step there after you discover it could be something like that?
So
but
first,
it's not severe, you know what I mean, at that time.
So step 1 would be to remove yourself from the environment, and then the next thing would be, contacting 911 to have your fire department come and, investigate it. Because, there could be other reasons why people have headaches and reasons they feel poor. Now, granted, for a whole family to feel that way, little more suspect. If you are having symptoms, you should get evaluated. Even EMS evaluation, for the most part, the reality is a lot of times, if patients have carbon monoxide poisoning, we're going to do a blood test to kind of help gauge, because the symptoms and the blood level don't completely match up always. Okay, so there's some variation, although more severe symptoms like seizure, unresponsiveness tend to be at higher levels. Pregnant patients also can be more susceptible at lower levels. They may have more mild symptoms, but keep in mind that if you have mild carbon monoxide poisoning and mom's not feeling well, that baby's more sensitive to that.
Oh, good point, good point. So the key takeaway here is get a carbon monoxide detector, make sure it's working. If you do have any little triggers, be aware. It's so important. And like we said initially, it's a silent killer and it can kill, and it does. So thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday, and thank you, Dr. Weaver, for this great information.
Thanks.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.